Welcome to episode 13 of Film Fanatics. Today we're going to be reviewing The Wolfman by Lee Winnell and doing a little blind ranking and then talking about a few trailers. Should be fun, and then we're going to give our thoughts about some questions I'm curious about, see your thoughts on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but as always, I appreciate all the support on all the videos. I think our Christmas video just broke over 400 views. And then also the most anticipated movies of 2025 video is Going Fast. That was our most viewed video of last week. So yeah, I'm excited for more from this year, and I appreciate all you with your continuing support.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll start with the blind ranking and then go into the trailers and then finish off with Wolfman. I'm not anticipating this episode to run super long. We got stuff we gotta do, so yeah. Is a blind top 5. It's gonna be a bunch of different creatures from movies and games and stuff.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go with the first one as Wendigos.
Am I doing scariest?
Yeah, we'll go with scary. Top 5 scary.
I didn't think those were that scary. I'll say 4.
4. All right.
See, I thought those were terrifying.
And then we'll go with the sound monsters from A Quiet Place.
Oh, bro, those things are fucked. I'll put that at 2.
2?
Yeah, those things are pretty.
They do have a real name. It's like a death something. I don't know.
Something?
I don't know. Apparently there's an actual name for those creatures. I forgot what they were, but yeah. We'll go with vampires next.
Are vampires scary? I feel like if I was in the presence of a vampire and it was gonna suck my blood, that would be scary. But are vampires scary? Just in a vacuum?
That is the
Now you're
question.
gonna pull some bullshit on me, so I'm gonna put vampires at 3.
Zombies.
5.
So your number 1
Yeah.
is werewolves.
Sure, it works for this one. Let's go
that's proper.
Love it.
That makes sense for the episode. Werewolves number 1. But yeah. No, I love werewolves.
Oh yeah.
I also love vampire lore. They're more of the more fun creatures. I wouldn't call them scary though.
Yeah,
I do like the lore.
Okay.
Of the regality, I guess.
Interesting.
Of they're usually counts.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them, they're
Yeah,
not just
somehow
normal run-of-the-mill people.
I guess you accumulate vast wealth when you're alive for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Probably not that hard actually to accumulate that much wealth if you're just alive for that long and you can just fuck anybody up if you want. Just take their stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. That's a fun little quick segment. We'll go into trailers. Which one do you want to talk about first? So we have 2 trailers we want to actually talk about, or at least I wanted to definitely talk about and get his thoughts on. And then a few questions on the whole.
Let's talk about the Daredevil trailer.
Daredevil? All right. So if you guys don't know, but we are big Daredevil fans.
Well, Jeremiah.
I'm a bigger Daredevil fan.
It's like Jeremiah's favorite thing ever.
It is.
Although there are 50 things that are Jeremiah's favorite thing ever.
Well, this is my favorite show of all time, and I
thought
actually.
Arcane was your favorite show of all time.
That's my second favorite.
Okay.
It's my favorite animated show of all time.
Okay.
No, Daredevil's still number 1.
The X-Men show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, at that time, that was my favorite animated episode of television was Remember Me from X-Men 97. But then Arcade came out, and all those episodes are so much better. Yeah. They're so great. But yeah, we both really liked the show.
Yeah, Daredevil was.
And I was one of the people that signed a petition for Daredevil to come back.
Oh, there was a petition?
Yes. Yeah, it was a big thing.
How many people signed it?
I think a few million. Yep.
Yeah, I saw like a little YouTube short, and it was like Charlie Cox talking about it, and he was like, he said he saw Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige went to like a play that Charlie Cox was in. It was like a Broadway play or something. He was doing it with Tom Hiddleston, and then like they didn't even talk about Daredevil, I don't think. But then Kevin Feige just like randomly called his house when he was like playing with his kids. It was like, we got some plans. Do you want to come back? And he was like, wasn't really a hard choice.
No. Charlie Cox, he's also been on record. He's like, yeah, they're just coming out with a Daredevil comic right now. That he's like 60, 70 years old. He's mentoring a new group. So I was like...
30 years down the road?
Yeah, no, he was like...
There you go.
So, yeah, I think I can be doing this for a long time.
Hey, job security is a good thing.
It's awesome. But yeah, no, I love his rendition of Daredevil, and I was one of the people that really wanted to come back. So when I first heard Born Again was happening, I was a bit excited, you could say.
I feel like my main emotion was skepticism.
See, I wasn't at first because it wasn't shit yet. Now it got shit.
Yeah, evidently they like released a test screening that was received so horrobly
that they
scrapped the whole thing,
everything,
and like fired everybody except for D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox.
Yes. So in the beginning, this what gave me a lot of skepticism. Karen and Foggy weren't coming back. They were not hiring the Netflix writers. They weren't hiring the same director from the show.
Yeah.
For some reason, they weren't having the same actress who played Vanessa to come back.
Yeah, the whole thing was fucked.
Everything just seemed wrong. Did the test screening. It failed horribly. They scrapped everything, and they decided to dial back on the 18-episode original concept.
Oh, damn, 18.
Yeah, it was going to be 18 episodes, and it was going to be like a very like grounded New York storyline where there's going to be a bunch of different
don't
like
tell me it's
team
just
up.
going to be like 6 episodes.
No, I think they're going to stick with 10. I'm pretty sure.
That's a reasonable
So
number.
close to the 13 that Daredevil had, but now they also hired the Netflix writers, the same director. They hired Karen Foggy to come back. They hired the same actress for Vanessa, and they got John Berthal to come back as Punisher. So all signs now scream awesome.
And the trailer had the right vibes.
Exactly, and that what I was going to segue to is now we got to talk about the trailer. Because that's all the background. Now we got to see the trailer, finally. They were going to do it sooner. However, the fires in Cali stopped them from doing that because they didn't want to, like, move people away from, like, focusing on that.
That doesn't really make sense to me.
I don't know. It's like it was like poor taste when people were worried about that and then like dropping a big trailer like this.
I mean, I feel like there's always some terrible thing happening in the world. I don't really understand that as justification for not releasing a trailer. Whatevs.
I don't know. But right off the bat, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's clearly like some new elements. It's not a direct continuation, but honestly, I mean, it would have been hard to do a direct continuation and have it be awesome just because was it just going to be like, okay, well, Willie goes to prison again and then he just breaks out again and it's like, here we go all over again. But instead it's kind of just like a retcon, which I feel like almost works better.
So it's a soft retcon because
He's the mayor now.
Now that's a big retcon. Yeah. that's a big retcon. But it's a soft retcon in the fact that Daredevil was already in the MCU, just didn't cross over with anyone. Now they're actively able to use them because Netflix is not being stubborn with their IP. So that's why it's a soft retcon in that respect.
Well,
Except the mayor thing. Mayor thing, that's a big change.
I don't think Netflix owns Daredevil anymore.
No, but that's why they couldn't.
Right.
But in season 1, they were actually referencing the Battle of New York and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was it's in the MCU, but they, for some reason, didn't want Daredevil to cross over at all. It was weird. It was very, I don't know what
Weird.
was. Weird. However, I love what they're doing. What Marvel is doing with actually allowing projects to be R-rated.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because if this show was PG-13, I wouldn't be pissed.
Yeah, that just doesn't really work.
No, this is a mature show.
Yeah.
Like, it deals with faith. It deals with gangs and stuff. It's not like...
I didn't really see anything in the trailer about, like, him, like, in church or anything like that. Like, that was a very big element of the original show, was just him going to church. Confession, particularly.
Yeah. I mean, Father Martin's dead.
So they could just retcon him back. Why the hell not?
New Martin.
Yeah.
Father, not my Martin.
Father Marvin.
Marvin. No, I like that they actually showed Foggy and Karen being like, yeah, they're back.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I love their, like I said, we were when you were watching the full trailer, is I like the subtle, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you here again.
Yeah.
That's a cool, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the fans. It's like, no, it's fucking awesome to see you guys face to face. Now that you've been fucking ruining the Kingpin to other shows, it's good to see, like, Daredevil with Kingpin once again. And that's, like, all it should be. And the only other thing you should do with Kingpin is cross him over with Spider-Man. That's it. That's all you should do. Is Daredevil or Spider-Man. No one else. Fuck off.
Maybe they'll put some Tom Holland in there.
Oh, I'd be down.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Seeing like Spider-Man and Daredevil team up.
Nah, I mean,
that'd be cool.
It'll probably just be like a Wong cameo.
Yeah. Yeah. But interesting elements. I like the introduction to, or like the look and stuff of White Tiger. He looks cool. That's the guy in the white suit, like that was suiting up in the trailer. That's an interesting deep cut that they're doing.
Okay.
Cool seeing Dex back.
Yeah, he was just like in like prison garments.
Yeah, they kept him in prison. No, that's good. So that's not retconned.
Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen with him, if anything interesting.
Probably
something
stuff that's interesting. I love the shot with all the helmets. The Daredevil helmets.
Yeah, he's got quite the array of outfits now.
Yeah, no, he's styled.
He got that MCU money now, that big bag of Marvel cash.
He's gonna be doing this till he's 90. But yeah, no, I love a lot about this trailer. The only skepticism I have is if they just do too much to connect it to MCU things and not let it be a standalone story and breathe.
Well, hopefully they won't.
But if they keep it like street level hero, I'm down.
I mean, it felt like the original show, just not exactly the same because some of the plot points are clearly different, but it had the vibe of the original show.
Yes, it did. But I'm hyped. We don't have to wait too long. It's only like 2 months, I think.
Okay.
It's like a month and a quarter.
Month and a quarter.
Because it's early March.
Month and a quarter.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be quite exciting. And then when that show finishes up, you'll get our thoughts and review. Unless you want to do a week by week thing, and then we can do like
Oh, that could be fun. Like one segment in every episode is the
let's talk about the episode.
Trailer.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Dude,
maybe.
There's another show that we could do an episode on if you watch it. The show that I just finished watching is called Landman. You heard of it? Dude, it was good.
What's it on?
It's on Paramount.
Oh, it's a Paramount show, and you think it's good?
Well, I didn't watch it on Paramount because I have that thing, that Android TV box, which is like bootleg shit for free.
Yeah, it's like the Amazon Fire Stick, but better.
Yeah, it's cracked.
It's cracked.
But do you have Paramount?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch Landman, dude. It's the guy who made Yellowstone,
Oh, okay.
which
So
I didn't watch Yellowstone.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I heard it's really
I
good
hear
too.
it's really good.
My parents really love Yellowstone, but I started watching Landman with them. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'll.
You ever see anything with Billy Bob Thornton?
Oh, is he in it?
He's the main character.
Oh,
I've
really?
never seen anything with that guy before. I was just thinking Billy Bob. That's a funny name.
No, I've seen him before.
He was awesome.
How many episodes?
There's only 10.
Oh, okay. Quick watch.
Yeah.
What, hour long?
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
John Hamm is in it. He's in like
I love John Hamm.
he's a minor role.
Oh.
He's an important character, but like in terms of screen time, he's kind of not on the high end. Demi Moore from The Substance.
I think I've.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
think I've seen trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I've seen trailers on about this.
And the rest of the
seen
people
stuff
are
with Demi
kind of
Moore.
like just people I'm not familiar with, but everybody was great for the most part. It wasn't a perfect first season, but it was pretty great.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down to.
Highly recommend check it out.
Yeah, maybe we can do an episode on that. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
If it hooks me and stuff, then I'll watch it.
Yeah, just watch the first episode, see what you think.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I mean, there are a lot of different selling points on the show that make you want to come back for more.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'll definitely I'll definitely give it a look see.
Yeah, give it a little glance.
But yeah, that's unless you want to continue talking about Daredevil's trailer.
I don't know if I have any more thoughts on it.
I don't know. I'm excited.
That's
all I know.
sure.
That trailer, all the skepticism, kind of
I think my skepticism is kind of shifting toward optimism.
like I'm always gonna be optimistic when it comes to Daredevil.
Right.
But I can't say everything I was hearing was very optimistic.
Yeah. No.
But now seeing that trailer, seeing the that it's there, like the sauce, it's there,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right,
let's go.
like the brutality,
Yeah.
like we're getting primal screams of like people just like broken bones,
Yeah.
blood, just beat down. Someone gets thrown into a fucking subway car.
Yeah.
We in it. We there.
We in the thick of it.
I like this R-rated shift that Marvel's been doing with Deadpool into now Daredevil. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. But now, let's talk about something that I don't think we're positive on at all.
Oh.
That Until Dawn trailer dropped.
Yeah, what the hell was
my
that?
first thought when watching that is, what is Sony doing?
What the hell even? That's probably like the Madam Web director. They just, you want to make
Some.
it Until Dawn trailer?
So, like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, the Wendigo at the end says, all right, they do know some of the material from the game.
I guess.
They know Wendigos are in there.
I don't know what the fuck.
I think the time loop thing
I was
is
excited for that movie. I don't even know what the fuck it is now.
I think, but like the time loop thing, I think that's a smart thing to do because there's no way to replicate the butterfly effect without some timey-wimey type shit, you know?
I think it could have been handled way better. I think it could have just been a lot like the game. You find some weird object and then you have some kind of funky vision.
Something like Vision?
Yeah, why is
Yeah.
that so... Like, if you play the game and then you watch that trailer...
That's not
if
it's
you're
not
me, you're just like, what the
you know?
fuck is this? I don't even... I was really highly anticipating that. Now I kind of lost all interest.
See, I haven't...
Like, what the fuck was
because,
that?
here's the thing. I think it looks like a fun horror movie. But it should not be called Until Dawn.
No.
I think that's a big mistake.
Maybe they could call it, like, Survive till dawn. I don't know, like whatever the fuck.
Just call it Dawn. That's it. One word.
Call it Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, there you
It
go.
felt more like fucking Dead by Daylight.
No, but
bro.
like, and also the killer, he had Josh's mask.
It's like there's like little Easter eggs.
It's like it.
But it's not. It's just some random horror movie that they put the fucking Until Dawn IP on.
Yeah, it's like you're almost there with
No,
certain.
they're not even fucking
I'm
close.
saying, I'm saying you're almost there where you know the elements that people are gonna be like, oh shit, that's from the game, but like your whole foundation is just gone.
No, what I wanted was for them to fucking do the game and just choose one of the most compelling and interesting outcomes of the game and have that be the main story.
You know what would be even better?
What?
If they just filmed multiple different
Like
types of the movie,
there are Netflix
and then
shows where you can like make
no,
choices
not
and-
even that, and just release different cuts of the movie to any like showing,
So
so you don't know what cut you watch.
I don't know. About
That would have been even better.
I don't know about that.
That would have been so. They've done that before with other horror movies.
That seems a little crazy.
I mean, it's really not that hard. Just film multiple scenes and then just switch out certain variations.
But
of certain
I'd rather
scenes.
just see the best version.
I don't know.
If I'm paying money to go to the movies, like if you're playing a game, that's one thing. You can just replay the game. But it's like, if I'm getting one, like I'm not gonna go see the movie 5 times. What if I go twice and I get the same version? I'm not like.
No, I'm not saying go multiple times. Maybe that's all you thought, and then you start seeing reviews on it. And you're like, wait, that's not the ending I got, or like something like that.
That'd be weird. That would like bring the butterfly effect to life.
That's what I'm. That's like the best way to adapt the game.
I think that's still a little too crazy. If it was like a Netflix show, then I think making the choices on the screen would.
No, but I'm
work
saying
well.
you don't have to see it multiple times. You have the choice to, but like when it comes out, you can pick which like cut you want to watch. Like if you like click on the movie when it releases, whatever. I don't know.
It's an
what's
interesting idea, at least.
I think that's the only way you could accurately do this game with the butterfly effect.
I don't know, but they're just like a bunch of teenagers in a house that just die and then restart like a fucking video game. Not like the video game, like some shittier video game.
Yeah. No, and also the cast. It's just like I don't know any of you. The cast of the game.
Bother me.
No, but here's the thing: the cast of the game. There's a bunch of fucking good actors in that game.
I mean, I think it would have been really cool if it was just everybody from the game was like playing themselves in the movie, and they just kind of did the game as the movie. That's kind of what I thought. I thought it was gonna be the game as a movie, just with different actors.
I mean, that would have been like smart.
But
That would have been the
You know
smart
what?
mindset, you know.
the whole thing will be saved if the killer is Rami Malek. If he takes off his mask at the end and he's like, "Surprise, motherfuckers!" and it's fucking Freddie Mercury, that would save the whole thing.
No, I don't think so.
That would be so funny.
That would be funny, but it would be like watching the movie, being like, everything's mid or like bad, and then that happens. You're like, oh, that's that one scene that you're gonna be like talking about, you know?
Yeah, true.
It'd be like that blemish where you're like, that was a cool little blurb. And then you watch the rest of the movie and you're like, damn.
Yeah, the rest of the movie sucks.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe we're being too hard on it.
No.
But the trailer right now, it's not a lot of optimism.
Video game movies, they always screw up the video game movies.
That's not true.
How is it not true?
Sonic.
That's one example.
I will say shows are better at adapting video game projects, I will say.
There's just a lot more you can do with a show.
You can take more time with a show, actually learn the world, learn the characters.
Alright, that's enough about Until Dawn. That trailer wasn't good enough to fucking...
Yeah, that was a big
Last
blip.
any
But
longer.
I wanted to segue into these questions, though. How are you feeling about, like, the modern trailer?
Yeah, so like
how you
what
like
do you
it?
mean?
Like,
Need you to elaborate.
for me, I've been very vocal on how much I have disdain for Blumhouse and how they direct their trailers.
Yeah, you don't like
They
that.
show too much. like showing too much or like
Like,
misadvertising
do you think
movies.
the Wolfman trailer showed too much and misadvertised?
No. I don't think Blumhouse misadvertised.
what?
I
I
think
think-
Blumhouse shows the whole movie in a 3-minute trailer.
Yeah, I think revealing that the dad was going to turn into a werewolf was probably not something that I would have put in the trailer.
I definitely disagree with that. Because that would make sense if you're calling it the Wolfman.
Why couldn't it just be any other man who was a Wolfman?
Because it was like the only thing that was going to happen. Like, Lee Winnell likes to deal with very centralized story beats and centralized characters. That was always going to happen.
It didn't have to be in the trailer, though.
I mean, it happens very early on. It happens at the
So?
end of Act 1.
So?
So that makes sense. Why wouldn't you put that in the trailer? That, like, this is what the movie's going to be
Because if you
about.
don't put it
that's
in
what
the trailer,
movie's
then a
gonna be
large
about.
percentage of the audience is going to be surprised. Just because you might not be surprised doesn't mean other people wouldn't be.
I don't know how anyone would be surprised that the Wolfman is the main man in the trailer.
That could refer to anyone.
Like, you need to have a connection with the character to care. Your rationale makes no fucking sense.
How does it make no sense?
Why would you think it would be this? Oh, it's just this other character. It's the Wolfman, and then it's actually like a.
It could just be people who are running from a Wolfman.
That sounds like
could
the
be the
most
movie.
boring fucking movie in the world.
Well, how am I supposed to know if it's going to be boring or not?
Movies are better if you care about what's going on to the characters.
Well, I didn't really care about those characters very much, honestly.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. We're not talking about the Wolfman. We're talking about fucking movie trailers.
Okay. I think that Wolfman is a pretty generic term that could be applied to anyone. It doesn't.
That's
have to.
awesome.
I don't
we're,
think
we're talking
I don't
about
think
trailers.
that
We're not talking
it's
about Wolfman.
obvious that the main male protagonist has to become the Wolfman. I don't think that's obvious at all.
Dude, he's adapting the same fucking movie where that happens. It's an adaptation of the same thing. It was completely obvious back then. It's completely obvious now that it was going to be the
I don't even know
guy.
what movie you're talking about. Like
Wolfman from 1940. That's what he's adapting. The classic Universal
but you're getting
monster
mad.
story.
The thing is, you might know that. A lot of people probably went into that movie and didn't know that.
They don't know it's a classic Universal monster, just like Dracula, the Invisible Man, the Mummy, Frankenstein.
When you say Wolfman and I see that trailer, I think it seems a little different from a werewolf. It seems like something slightly different.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know that the Wolfman is a different mythical creature than a werewolf. I kind of just thought it was
it's adjacent. It's like the same thing.
I thought it was just like a spin on the whole thing. But
well, yeah, he took a spin on the whole thing.
I don't know, but this is going nowhere.
Like, I'm telling you, most people going to see that movie already knew it was an adaptation of the already pre-existing Universal monster slate.
Okay.
Because, like, his last one was the Invisible Man.
Is that based on something? I like.
Once again, one of the classic Universal monsters.
Bro, I feel like that's not common knowledge. Like, I feel like most people who see these movies don't know all this lore about the Wolfman or whatever.
That is so common.
Bro.
That it's just those 5. Those 5 are the classic Universal monsters that are like the staples in horror.
Okay.
Like it's
the Invisible Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Like the Invisible Man, it's a play. Like that's why a bunch of ghost movies started to become a thing. It was a play on invisible entities, and that's rooted in there. Frankenstein's been adapted 100,000 times.
Well, Frankenstein, I feel like that's different.
It's not. It's in the same.
I
5.
feel like Frankenstein is way more like if you walk up to a random person, they're gonna know who Frankenstein is.
You don't think they're not like they're also gonna know like the Mummy?
I mean, like I've seen movies about like mummies that came to life. I don't really like associate that with like a specific one movie. I think of like that episode of Scooby Doo. Or no, it was a movie actually where they were like in Egypt. That was cool.
I forgot what it was called. Was it just called like Curse of the Mummy or something like that?
I don't know.
I don't know, something basic. It was in the classic though.
Yeah, it was great.
I like Scooby Doo.
Me too.
No, I'm telling you though, most people know about the classic Universal 5.
I mean, maybe most people who are obsessed with horror like you. I mean, I feel like if I go up on the street and ask 100 people, do you know the classic 5 horror monsters? I
Classic
feel like
horror Universal monsters.
yeah, I feel like most of them are gonna not know what the fuck I'm talking about. I would be willing
I
to
just
bet.
think you're completely wrong.
I think you're completely wrong.
Like these are very famous creatures.
I
mean,
think
you guys can tell me in the comments down below if you know that
I'm not saying that they've
Universal
never
monsters.
heard of like Frankenstein or a mummy. I'm saying if you say the Universal 5, that's not gonna like resonate with people, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I know exactly."
No, you wouldn't say the Universal 5. Just say, do you know the classic Universal monsters? That's it.
Okay, yeah.
Most people
My
would.
point still, I disagree.
Because those movies and like those creatures are just so rooted in also just movies and
If
genres
half of the
and
people said Invisible Man, I'll fucking cut my dick off right now, dude.
I mean, people would probably say it, especially now, because that movie was
No.
intensely popular.
No.
Dude, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay.
You don't think people would say The Invisible Man when that movie came out and that was completely popular and was getting so much praise?
If all you say is universal horror characters, nobody's gonna say Invisible Man.
Especially with the whole theme park that they're
Or like, I don't
unveiling
even know what
soon.
you're talking about. Like, I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of whatever it is you're talking about. Like,
In Universal?
okay, I don't like,
You think people are not aware of Universal?
dude. Like, you gotta just fucking chill out. Like,
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what are
you're
you
just getting
saying?
mad.
I'm like, you don't think people are aware
I
of
just think that this is
Universal.
really niche shit that you're acting like is way more mainstream than it actually is.
Those are very mainstream, yeah.
In the horror community, which is kind of like a niche community. It's kind of like my whole point here.
And I'm saying like werewolves, vampires, fucking
Yeah, that everybody knows
Frankenstein
that
monster.
stuff. Everybody knows that stuff.
Yes, these are
Werewolves
all
and
fucking
vampires and
these are all
Frankenstein, everybody
Universal
knows that.
monsters. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Can we move on? Because this is just going nowhere.
You're fucking, oh my god.
All I was trying to say was I don't think that it's obvious that the protagonist has to turn into a wolf monster. Like, anything can happen in a movie. I'm not, like, you can't just assume things. When they showed it in the trailer, then it's just, it is what it
And
is.
I was saying when it's an adaptation of a pre-existing property.
Okay,
it's common sense.
I haven't seen that. I didn't know about it. What do you want me to say?
That's not the majority of people. That's why I'm saying.
I don't know if that's correct.
Dude, this is why I'm saying. Obviously, they would put it in the trailer because it's common knowledge.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying this.
Okay.
Because if you are making a horror movie, you're marketing to people who are seeing horror movies. So obviously, they would know about classic horror movies. So obviously, they would know this is the main beat of the story.
Okay. I would have been surprised if he turned into a Wolfman if it wasn't in the trailer.
I guess that's just you, man.
I don't think it is. But we
I'm
really
sure
don't
there's
need
a
to
minority
keep
of the
going.
population
Really don't
that
need to
would
keep going
agree,
on.
but like that's not a big thing in the trailer. That happens early on. Obviously, you show
let's
stuff.
circle back. What are the examples you have of things where it's revealing too much?
If you watch the Sinister, pretty much anything in Blumhouse,
Well, I was trying to use that as an example
Um,
because that one, as opposed to like anything else, is more like the trailer for that movie would be more
if you
fresh
show
in my mind.
anything in the deep second act or third act of a movie, and then main beats that happen in those two acts, you're spoiling the whole movie. And a lot of movies do that, especially Blumhouse.
Did it? So it wasn't as much of a problem in the Wolfman movie.
I'm baffled they didn't show anything from the third act.
They just showed like the shot of the werewolf on the hood of the car.
Yeah, but that was
was
very
like,
misleading.
Yeah, because that wasn't even. That was the other one.
Yeah, it was a completely misled shot. I was kind of like, oh shit, this is actually. But we're not even. Like, no, this. Fucking. We'll get into that in a sec. No, we're not. Like, I'm talking about, like, there's a bunch of. Especially, did you watch the new Companion trailer? For the Jack Quaid, like.
I mean, I've seen some of them. I don't know which one is the newest one. Maybe I've seen it.
Do you know what that movie is about?
I have an idea in my head. It seems like this guy is really wealthy and he has a girl who he
Okay,
likes.
you have
and
no
she's
idea
not
what
allowed.
this movie is about.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. The second trailer that they just put out, for some reason, even though the movie comes out in 2 weeks, spoils a fuckload of what this movie is about.
Well, what if you see the movie and it's not what you think based on the trailer?
They spell it out for you.
So if it's not
And
about a really rich guy who was like holding a girl hostage because he wants to be with her, then what is it about?
Do you want to know? Because it's gonna, like...
I'll just watch the trailer right now and then we can fucking talk about it. How about that?
If you want to ruin your movie experience, because, like, I didn't know what this movie was about. I thought it was a very, like, some insane fucking, like, all right, you're keeping your girlfriend hostage and you're, like, a psychopath.
Uh-huh.
And it's not that at all. Not even close. And I'm annoyed that the second trailer just revealed cool reveals.
Well, now I want to watch it, so I know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying don't, because we're going to see the movie, and try to avoid the trailer if you can.
Okay.
Because what happens in it, it just... like, me and Sam looked at each other, and I think it was when we were seeing Wolfman, fucking... You came a little later, and the trailer played right before you went into the theater. And me and Sam looked at each other, and, like, that, like, pissed me off. And I wish he was here to talk about that, because we both
Well, that's
were,
why
like...
I want to watch it, so that we can talk about it, because I'm intrigued.
Like, it's a good premise, it shouldn't have been shown in the trailer. And that's the problem. It's
Is it like a fucking Harley Quinn and Joker kind of thing? Or are they just both crazy?
Do you want me just to say?
I'd rather just watch the trailer.
Don't watch it now. We're gonna get copyright struck.
Well, you got your fancy computer. You could edit it, right?
Dude, I'm not sifting through all this footage to edit that.
I mean, I can tell you exactly where it is. Timestamp. Whatever. I mean, if you're not going to let me watch it, then let's just not talk about it.
No, I'm just, like, saying that there's a bunch of trailers that, like, ruin big plot points in the movies that are not, like, first act reveals or, like, in the original marketing for the movie. And then they release a second trailer and they just are like, all right, we're just going to show you the plot twist, essentially.
Okay.
And it's just it blows.
So that's what you define as like modern trailers, just giving away the whole movie.
That's what they've been doing for like the past 10 years.
Well, I don't really get that kind of experience out of it. I mean, it can be true at times, I think, but I don't know. I mean, I don't analyze trailers super closely.
I mean, I watch a lot of trailers.
If I'm not like at a movie theater, I don't really watch trailers. I usually show up to the movie closer to when the movie starts too. You know that. I don't like to sit through the trailers. So maybe that's one of the big reasons I'm just
that's probably
too privy
why
to it. I really don't watch that many trailers, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm always there for trailers, so I see them, and then when it's a good trailer, I'll fucking say it. I'm like, that's a good trailer. Like the fucking 28 Years Later trailer.
Yeah,
that's a good trailer.
It was scary.
It was eerie, it was spooky. I'm like, all right, it shows we're back in this universe. I'm like, let's.
But
fucking
it's like
go.
the Superman trailer, like that didn't give away any major plot points in the movie.
Yeah, but also James Gunn is actually good at helming trailers. He's not one to spoil things, except I will say with Suicide Squad, you showed Starro, man.
Like I feel like
I don't know why you would show Starro.
I feel like it's about like getting as close to the edge as you can without falling off. You know, it's like you want to.
It's to build hype.
You want to tease just enough, but if you cross the line, then you just kind of, you just fall, where it's like. If you don't
showed too much.
If you don't come close to the line, the anticipation will be here. But if you get right up to the line, it'll be here. But if you go too far, then it comes back down. It's like a bell curve kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like hype to like annoyance to disappointment type of.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like Doctor Strange 2, because it's like I have such an incredible ability to recognize voices. I knew it was Patrick Stewart from the first time I heard his voice.
That shouldn't have been in the trailer.
I think a lot of people knew it was Patrick Stewart's voice. They never showed him in the trailer, but they didn't need to. That's Patrick Stewart.
I mean, they did kind of show him because they showed him in the classic X-Men chair, and like any nerd would know that. Like that's a niche one.
Yeah, but
everyone knows his voice.
I don't think they showed that in the original trailer though. Maybe they showed that in like the later trailer that came closer to when the movie came out. But like I think the original
might be true.
They just played like his voice, and I was like, spoiler alert.
No, that's Patrick Stewart.
And then he wasn't even in the movie. It was just a cameo.
Or even better, showing fucking X-23 and Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, why'd you do that?
I don't really care about her that much, honestly. Like seeing her again didn't really mean anything to me.
A lot of people got excited for that one.
For me, I was kind of just like, Jennifer Garner, the little girl from Logan. You couldn't get better people than that. I don't know. I like Channing Tatum. He was funny. And
I'm glad he was a secret.
I'm not a Blade fan, but I understand why that was awesome to a lot of people. I wouldn't take him out because I understand that one. But like Jennifer Garner, like really?
I mean, they were also gonna do Nick Cage as Ghost Rider, put him in too.
Really?
You didn't.
I get that they want to like do a nod to these like shitty legacy films for some reason, but like why not just let them be shitty and die?
I mean, those were the like the building blocks to like Blade was the first like oh shit.
Well, I'm not talking about Blade.
I'm saying like these movies were like the all right.
I understand.
These are like the first superhero movies, so this is like their send off of being like all right.
It's like I get that, but it's just like.
And that's why they got Chris Evans back as
Johnny
Storm too.
Yeah, like if they stuck Jessica Alba in there instead of Jennifer Garner,
I think they tried.
Would have had a much better time. Like what other legacy superhero movies are there? I
mean, honestly, I thought the only disappointment with like Deadpool and Wolverine is they didn't really show any, like they didn't have any X-Men. Like their like I know you could have got James Marsden.
That's how they could have done the fucking cameos. They could have had the fucking X-Men.
There should have been more. They did the villains, right?
That was obvious. Like it didn't have to. I wanted to see Ian McKellen because
that would have been awesome.
I love Ian McKellen. No homo.
He is homo.
I know.
He'll take you homo.
Ian McKellen would be like, oh yes. Yes, please. Stroke my cock. Oh, my dear Frodo.
Sound like Tyrion.
Oh, Tyrion's like, I drink wine and I know things. It's what I do. Yo, we should do a Game of Thrones episode. I'm actually watching Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah, we could.
Would you want to?
I mean, I'm down to talk.
I know it's kind of like a
Or is
blast
that-
from the past, but
Yeah, we can do
I
a throwback
actually-
episode. That's
I
pretty
saw there was an episode of Game of Thrones that I watched today, and Joffrey said a huge spoiler for House of the Dragon.
fun. Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
What's his name? It's something Gleason.
Who?
The actor who plays Joffrey.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Jack
That guy
Gleason,
look-
I think.
What great casting. That man, child, creature, truly looks like a product of incest. 10 out of 10 casting.
What a compliment. That's the most backhanded compliment I've ever heard in my life. You truly look like a creature.
Oh my god, Joffrey's so funny.
Oh, man. Yeah. No, I'd probably be done for like a Game of Thrones centric episode. We could do like our favorite characters and stuff. Talk about that. Maybe favorite moments.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, cool.
It could be interesting.
Where were we going with that?
I don't know. We went off track.
Yeah, we went.
We somehow got Deadpool and
Oh
Wolverine
yeah, but the
cameos.
spoiler was interesting though. But I won't tell you unless you want me to.
Oh, that's fine. I haven't really watched House of the Dragon at all.
Yeah, so like the main character is Rhaenyra in House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
And they were like in the crypt, and Joffrey was like, "Look at that! That's the dragon that bit Rhaenyra's head off while her son watched." And I was like, "Oh damn!" So they really spoiled this House of the Dragon show like a decade before it even came out.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that hasn't happened yet. So if you're watching House of the Dragon right now, Rhaenyra, she's gonna have her head bit off by a dragon while her son watches.
I mean, to be fair though, while you're watching House of the Dragon, like you should know this already. 'Cause
I
it's a
wouldn't have known it.
I mean,
You wouldn't have known it.
No, I'm saying like if you're like a fucking Game of
I mean, if
Thrones
you've read
guru.
the fucking House of the Dragon book, I
No,
suppose.
oh no, like if you're like, wait, was this an interview or was this in the show?
No, it was in the show.
No, that's what I'm saying. If
Was
you're
it
like
seen in the
remembering, if you're like a huge Joffrey fan and you remember every line of dialogue he has, which honestly, we remember a lot of lines of dialogue from Joffrey.
I mean, just like the main meme ones, but yeah.
I'm not tired.
I just thought that was really interesting. But yeah, we're getting pretty off track.
Yeah, we can
wanna-
get into the review.
Let's talk about the movie.
Yeah, so we'll start with our review or score out of 10. What would you give Wolfman out of 10?
Probably like a 6.5, 6.8, 6.7. It's hard. It's hard with all the decimals. It's hard to be precise when there's so many decimals. I think I'm gonna stick to just 0.5 increments, and I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
6.5?
Yeah, I think from this point on, my ranking system is increments of 0.5.
I kind of like that more anyway.
It's just it becomes like I don't know what's the difference between a 6.8 and a 6.7. Like I don't know.
That's fair. No, I'd give this like an 8.
Really?
I had a great time.
Great time.
And yeah,
I thought it was good enough.
I didn't realize how much hate this movie is getting.
Yeah.
People hate
I watched the
this
Sean
movie.
Chandler review, and he's like, "This movie was a massive disappointment."
him and Cody Leach too, his buddy. Both did not like that. I watched both reviews, and they both did not like the movie. I'm like, really? And I understood where they were coming from, but it didn't bother me.
Yeah, I think a big part of it for Sean was he was like, you build up this like family dynamic, and this father protects his family, but then the father is like the monster.
I thought that was the whole point.
Yeah, I thought that kind of
That was the
ironic.
parallel. It was that parallel that you were supposed to be the protector, and now you're putting them in danger.
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole, I thought that was an obvious theme that we were doing here. So I'm like, all right, we're on board.
I agree with you on
And
that.
then they were like, oh, but they kind of dropped that. I'm like, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
Did you not watch, I'm like, did you not watch the movie?
Yeah, I guess
like-
my reasons for 6.5. A lot of the unpleasant shots.
The grotesque
I can
body
only,
horror stuff?
I can only take so many of those. Every single movie that has shit like that, I've only got so many of those in me before I'm just like, fuck, I can't look at this shit anymore.
Yeah, but in the same side,
It's
you
like a
also
workout,
gave,
like stamina. It's like
yeah,
I got
you
stamina
got your
for,
threshold.
for looking at those, and it's just like the more I see, the lower the stamina goes, and then I just run out, and then I'm just like, I can't fuck it. I don't even want to watch a movie anymore. And I didn't get to that point. I didn't get to the point where I was like, I don't want to watch this movie
No, but you're
anymore.
teetering on the line.
It was more than I would have wanted.
I mean, that was pretty. I thought it was pretty subdued from what I heard going into it. I thought I was expecting a lot more grotesque stuff.
Really?
And don't get me wrong, there were a few scenes I was like, oh, we're going for it.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm like, they subdued themselves.
I will
Overall.
say, like, I was telling you about some of the dental issues I've been having when he fucking like
ripping
his
out.
fucking teeth out and shit like that. Like extra disturbed me because of how it relates
the
to
jaw
my
scene.
life right now. Yeah, and he's like adjusting his fucking
jaw. It unhinged and then he just yeah. See, like that scene was like ooh.
That's fucking brutal, and it's like it was really well done. It's just like I don't really want to watch that.
I love the makeup effects. It was a big swing to make the whole movie a transformation.
Yeah, he very short amount of time he spent not being contaminated.
Infected?
That works.
Probably infected.
Yeah.
Because he was scratched.
I think they both work, but infected is a better word.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I thought all the performances were pretty solid.
Yeah.
Julia Gardner, I like.
That was the wife?
I liked it. Yes.
Yeah, she was very good.
The only flaw.
The kid was good too.
I was surprised. See, that was a skepticism I had with the trailer.
Bad kid actors can ruin a fucking movie.
And in the trailer, it seemed like we were gonna get that, but the trailer painted her in a bad light. I thought, I'm like, the movie she was acting fine.
No, she was good.
Like her delivery, completely fine. But like the trailer just seemed everything like her talking just seemed off.
Yeah.
But I think it was just because they kept splicing all the dialogue of her saying "daddy" all the time in the trailer, and I'm like, can we stop? like why is she doing this the whole time? And she doesn't do that the whole time. But like, no, I like their connection of her and her dad.
Yeah, that was like the biggest source of like emotional weight.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like the parallel of like him and his dad doomed to the same fate.
Yeah, I mean, I
thought the dad stuff was a little undercooked.
Like I said earlier when we were discussing, I don't really love the whole fact that he just kind of turned into a werewolf and then that's it.
Who, the dad?
The dad's dad. It's just like, the finality of it is just like, I don't need to walk out of the theater with like a victory, like the movie doesn't have to end on a victory, but it just, I don't know.
You wanted a victory.
There was no victory at all. I mean, they just killed him. There was no like hope for.
Sure, there is. The curse might have been like gone, so there's no more Wolfman.
What about the wolf that infected the dad?
I'm sure the dad probably killed it. I don't know. I didn't see the wolf.
Who fucking knows?
We didn't get any hint of that wolf.
I don't know. But like, I would have just moved away. Why did he stay for so long?
Obsession.
Yeah, for real.
Because he definitely, as a hunter, you probably get obsessed with, I want to get this big score. But also, I thought he was more of a protector with like the scene in the beginning. Because it seemed like he was worried about his son's safety rather than I need to hunt this creature.
Yeah, why the hell would he bring his son with him?
I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, and then he's like getting mad at his son for being a fucking kid. Like, fuck you, bro. But yeah, I thought that like the the whole car accident thing, and then like the neighbor guy getting like taken off. It was kind of retarded, honestly.
Yeah. I didn't like that character.
Yeah, me neither. It's just
That character was not. I don't know why he was included.
I just feel like if I thought I saw a person, I wouldn't just choose to steer my family off a cliff. I would probably, if I couldn't stop in time, I would probably hit the person rather than drive off a cliff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't know. It's a boom
It's
boom.
it's a very niche situation to be in.
Yeah,
that's for sure. To be on some windy dirt road, and then all of a sudden this furry creature that looks humanoid-esque just standing there. Do you hit it or do you try to veer away? And if you veer away, are you overcorrecting too much depending on how your speed is? I don't know. A lot of factors go into it. Like I believe that is what they would do. Do I believe that's what I would do? I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
That's true.
So that doesn't really bother me. That neighbor character being so fucking weird.
Yeah, he just was like uncomfortable. I mean, I guess like
I don't mind the scenes, but I don't like
there are so few people that live around there. Maybe it's just like they don't know how to
social interaction is just
yeah,
maybe. But yeah, no, that was very weird for me. I thought the ending seemed abrupt.
Yeah.
That's why it gets not higher for me.
Well, 8's a pretty strong score.
Yeah, and it's a good start to the year. I think this movie was a good start to the year. I'm like, okay, it met my expectations.
I think it was.
It didn't exceed them.
It was decent. I feel like for me mid isn't a 5. I feel like for me mid is more of a 6.
Mid for me is always a 4. I mean 5, not 4.
Because it's just like I feel like mid should be like whatever my average score is for a movie. You know.
Well, if your average is like a 7 or 8, and those are mids.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that mid.
I just think
say, oh, you're meeting my movie taste.
Either you just strategically choose what movies to see, or you're just too kind with your rankings. If everything's a 7 or an 8.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think I would classify as mid. I would just say that's like.
I mean, 6 is definitely upper end of mid.
Yeah,
I think what I said was 4 is
I think
low
that's like
mid, 5
okay.
is mid, and 6 is upper mid. Yeah, I think that's probably a better way to think about it.
Yeah, it'd be like.
So I guess 6.5 would put this just out of mid. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because I don't have a lot of great criticism. You know, it's just like, it was kind of a slow burn. I don't want to say I was bored, but I wasn't super interested at times.
I will say it didn't meet my excitement for like what I was expecting because how much I love Invisible Man.
Yeah, you told me that guy directed Invincible Man, and then I just said Invincible, whatever, Invisible Man, and like with that in mind,
that gets you excited.
It was a disappointment for sure.
For sure,
it doesn't.
It's
compare.
a step down.
It does not compare.
Invisible Man for me was like a 9.5. I thought movie was phenomenal.
I would probably give Invisible Man like a 9. I thought it was fucking spectacular.
It was an amazing movie.
And I don't.
But this wasn't amazing. It was just good. It was good.
It just like wasn't super compelling, I guess.
I don't know. I was definitely roped
I think
in.
part of what was so effective about Invisible Man was that the main character, first of all, she's an amazing actress, and she was just such a broken character where it's like.
Well, yeah, she'd been tortured by this guy.
Yeah, it's like you want to see her get a win, and she just keeps losing in worse and worse ways. And then at the end, she does get a win, though. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about how it's like, I'll feel better coming out of a movie if I get some kind of win. This movie had no win. They just killed their fucking husband and dad, and then I guess we're just going to walk through the fucking woods.
I don't know.
It was a cool shot.
I never... Oh, yeah. I love that they go to the spot.
The spot?
Yeah, that's the spot he was talking. He was like, "Oh, you gotta go to the spot. The view is amazing."
No, I guess I missed.
And that was like his big pitch of like, "Oh, it's gonna be a wholesome family vacation." not. You're in a horror movie, buddy. Sorry.
Fuck no,
you ain't getting a wholesome nothing. But like
You ain't got
that's what
shit, bro.
it was. That parallel of that's a spy. His dad would always show him, and then they end the movie on that spot. It's a good like bookend.
Yeah.
But everything to lead up to that, that also doesn't make any sense that they would find the exact spot.
No.
But, like, it's a good bookend. It's just we need... I feel like we need more... Honestly, even though it was a slow burn, I feel like we needed more time with the characters.
Maybe to care about them more, but I mean, it's like... If you're not going to care about characters, you're just not going to care about them. It's like, I kind of did care about, like, the dynamic between the dad and the father. Or the dad and the daughter.
Two different ends, man.
I didn't really care for the mother. Like...
No, I kind of thought she was just a dick.
As
and
a
like an
character,
absent
yeah, she was just...
mother type of thing.
Yeah, she was just kind of like a fucking... that thing between your legs, does it bite? Just like, she needs to smoke a little weed, I don't know.
No, I just... Like, her performance was good, but
something
something was off.
It wasn't the actress, it was the character. Just...
I am excited to see her as Silver Surfer. I think that's going to be a fun time.
She's Silver Surfer?
Yeah, so Silver Surfer, there's multiple different versions. She's doing the first version.
I kind of feel like Silver Surfer is one of those rare situations where it should be a CGI character.
Yeah, she is.
Oh yeah, it's just a voice?
I mean, yeah, she's just female. She's the female version.
No, but she's just doing the voice though, and like.
I think she's doing. I think it's motion capture. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to see like a person as like Silver Surfer. I feel like Silver Surfer just looks so different from what a human being should look like that it's like that's one of those situations where CGI works. Not. Yeah. Don't do a CGI dwarf on a CGI hog fighting CGI orcs. Don't do that.
What?
The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies.
Oh, I was like, where are you going with this one? But yeah, that's another thing. I'm so happy Wolfman didn't use CGI, and they actually did.
Yeah, it's just like the story elements were not good enough. It was pretty basic. It was like, well, I lived in this place in the woods, and my dad's dead, so we're gonna go to the house to get some stuff. That's the whole plot. That's the whole plot.
Yes. And then he gets scratched.
That's too fucking basic to be an amazing movie.
That's why it's not amazing.
Well,
I wish it was.
I would like for every movie that we see... I gotta stop touching that. I would like for every movie that we see to be amazing. Unfortunately, it's not the case.
I agree. I think every movie should be amazing, and I go in to every movie hoping it's going to be amazing.
I'm a little disappointed, actually, that you said that Companion's not going to be... I mean, I don't know.
No.
Maybe it will be.
So...
No, it's just not what you expect. It's to still be really good.
Here's the thing. I think the premise is going to be cool. I think the movie's still going to be good.
It's
However,
just one of those things
you
you want to find
show,
out.
Yeah, you shouldn't have showed all of that. You were like, all right, we're gonna put 10. It's like you're playing. I'm playing blackjack. Oh, I'm gonna just put 10 instead of just going all in.
Yeah.
They went all in with that trailer. No. Yeah, don't do that. You just like it's like I was interested.
Not to ease into.
Like I'm already interested.
Yeah.
You had me. Don't show me anymore. And
then
you show me the whole movie.
When they have you and then they lose you because they just fucking take it too far.
Because it's not even like they lost me. It's just more like, that would have been awesome to watch the movie and being like, oh, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. But instead you're like, no, we're going to show you 2 weeks before the movie comes out, and we're just going to show you the whole movie 2 weeks ahead in a 3-minute trailer.
What are you
why
do?
are you fucking doing? I expect this out of Blumhouse, not A24. This is an A24 film. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's stupid. But at least Mickey 17 has a good trailer. I don't know shit about what's gonna happen in that movie.
Yeah, the whole plot of that movie beyond like he does like test missions, and
Yeah, he
they
keeps
just
dying.
keep cloning him. That's all we really know, and that's a fascinating premise.
Yeah. And with that director too, have you ever? No, you never watched Parasite. It's a foreign film.
Oh, that's the Parasite guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
No, he's probably really
he
good.
is an amazing director
Yeah.
that always puts the most batshit thing for the third act.
Sounds good.
So
That's how it should be. The third act is the climax. It's when
it should
things
be some
go-
crazy stuff is happening.
That's why it's like some movies.
It's your crescendo,
Some movies will have like a banger opening scene that's so awesome,
and then you plateau from
and
there.
then no other scene in the movie is as good.
Well, if you plateau from there, that would be pretty solid. But if you just go downhill from there, oh, not good. Very unfortunate.
I think that the first scene in a movie should be one of the best scenes, but it shouldn't be the best one.
No, it should be in your top 3, I think.
I think number 3.
Maybe number 2.
It could be.
Yeah.
That's not like a deal breaker.
I will say though, Smile 2 is the one exception where the movie is still amazing, even though its best scene is the first scene.
Yeah. I feel like it's just like, it's tough when you crank it up to 100 and then you slow it back down to 50 for a while, and you come back up to 60, 75. And they get close. I don't think that they get quite back up to 100 though. I think they get up to maybe they get up to 90.
Yeah, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, still good. But that's a good example of all right, you blew your load on the first scene, but you still have some load left.
It's like,
you know?
like that opening scene of fucking Fellowship of the Ring is like 10 out of 10. It's like 100. But then somehow throughout the movie, multiple times, they go to 120. And then they go to 150. It's like you think that they couldn't get any better, and then it somehow does.
Yeah, no, I get that for sure. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Baby Driver too. Like the first scene it's great. You get that great hook, and then the third act you get there and you're like, what the fuck are we about to do? And then shit happens. You're like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. John Hamm's awesome.
In the best movies, that's kind of an important thing. I think.
Or The Shining.
Yeah, like even in writing, they always emphasize like you got to start off strong. The headline, right? You gotta hook immediately, and then it's like once you get people, once you get somebody's attention, then you can really start developing things and slowing it down. But that's really important to fucking just
You gotta nail that first scene, but not
hook, line, and sinker.
not overhook.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
then
you
you're
just have
just
to-
setting someone up for disappointment.
Yeah, you don't want to set the bar too high, but you need to set the bar high enough.
Like The Dark Knight's another perfect example. Like that fucking opening scene,
Like
the bank robbery, banger scene. Not the best scene in the movie by any means.
No, but
Very quickly, it's like,
I think
I'm all in with this fucking Joker.
dude, I don't even know how I'd rank that scene in that movie has a plethora of fucking.
Maybe we should just do a Dark Knight episode.
I don't even know how we do a Dark Knight episode.
Just talk about the Dark Knight for an hour.
No, I could definitely do that.
Yeah, me too.
I love that movie. Oh man.
It's a wonderful film.
It's just such a complex movie. It has so much underlining stuff. Every piece is moving at the same time, and
Yeah.
somehow all connects into this crazy oh shit crescendo of awesomeness.
It's an excellent film.
Yeah,
Truly.
I just wish the Wolfman was awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Bring it back.
well, you gave it an 8. I would think an 8
It's
is
good.
awesome.
Nah, it's just good.
How is an 8 good? That's why I don't understand your rankings. I feel like we agree it was good, but for me, good is a 6.5.
Yeah, that's okay.
8? How is 8 good?
7.5 to 8 are good. Anything above an 8 to a 9 is a great. 9 and above is amazing. 10 out of 10 is perfect.
10 out of 10 is Fellowship of the Ring. Oh, I've heard a little bit. Did you hear
Crick in the
that?
neck? Nah, I didn't hear it.
Like a little little click clack.
Maybe the mic picked it up.
Click
clack, boom.
Click that.
But yeah, no. Maybe we should do a segment explaining our ranking.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we could prepare some.
Yeah, we can do that next week.
0.5, 1.5, or I guess we start with 0. It's possible you can give a 0.
Yeah, it's dog shit.
Yeah. What's a movie you would give a 0?
Snowman.
Didn't even have to think about it. You were like ready for the question. You saw that coming. Or maybe you just have it. It's like a gun on your hip. You just
I have it ready
at all times.
I have it cocked and ready to go. Like,
All
bang.
the time.
Yeah. What's your 0? What's your baseline 0?
The worst movie I've ever seen. Fuck.
That doesn't even mean the worst movie you've ever seen.
What is? There have been movies that we've come out of the theater and I've been like, that might be the worst movie I've ever seen. I can't even remember because I forget about them because they're so bad and I don't want to
Oh no, that's the problem with me. I don't forget about the shittiest things I've seen.
Because
I remember those.
The worst kind of shitty is boring.
That's true. That is true. And Snowman's fucking boring.
You know, there was one movie that I watched that was really, really terrible. It was with fucking Jamie Lannister, Nikolai Coster-Waldau. It was called like Mama or Mother.
Oh
or something.
God!
You've seen it?
I know about it. I haven't seen it.
That movie
bad.
was horrendous, awful,
Oh man.
terrible.
But yeah, no. We'll save this for next week.
Fuck, what is? Oh, Fast X. That might be the worst movie I've ever seen.
Damn, you haven't seen really truly terrible movies, huh?
Oh no,
That's
no,
baseline.
No, Fast X.
Because Fast X is terrible.
Oh, anything by Tim Burton.
Yeah, you haven't seen true dog shit then.
The Village. That might be the worst movie I've ever seen. You like that movie, don't you?
This is gonna be the end of episode 13 of Film Fanatics. Next week we're gonna describe and give examples of our like how our rankings work.
So
we're also doing probably a quicker segment review of Flight Risk.
Oh yeah, when are we seeing that? Friday. What time?
Friday in like 9:45, I think.
Well, that's not terrible.
No, it's just we would have saw it tomorrow, but like they phantom added a shift in.
So how did you even know? Did they tell you?
I just got a notification. I was like, something changed. I was like, huh? And
Something
then I checked.
has
And then I looked. I was like, oh, I fucking work Thursday. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's
I was
annoying.
pissed. I was like, what are we doing here? All right, whatever. But
what it is.
but yeah, we're gonna do a little review section of Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg, and that's Topher Grace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The directed by Mel Gibson.
Directed by Mel Gibson. And then maybe that's it.
Mel Gibson directed Braveheart. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
That's an amazing movie.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, if you liked the video, please leave a like. Subscribe.
please.
Share with your friends.
Share it with your enemies.
Yeah, that too. We're trying to get to probably 50 subs within the next probably within the first quarter of 2025.
Yeah.
I think that is a very obtainable goal. You guys are showing so much support. Views are coming in. The love is felt, and I appreciate all of you. And then
We love
also,
you.
right down below, give us your review or how you felt about Wolfman if you've seen it. How do you feel about modern movie trailers, and especially, are you excited for Daredevil Born Again?
Oh.
We would love to know your thoughts. Leave them down below, and we will see you next week.
And if you have any thoughts on Landman, I'll discuss it with you.
Yeah, try not to spoil. Down in
I really liked Landman. It was really good. You should watch the first episode tonight.
Yeah, I'll probably go.
What if we did like a double review next week? Flight Risk and Landman.
I can probably make that happen.
Well, it's just like, if you like it as much as I did, then you will have all the episodes watched by next week. You just
I'm
will.
sure I'll probably be